Yesterday I was awash in Christmas parties. We had one in work with beers and snacks and a quiz. And then after work, my team, we had a little extra boozy Christmas party at this place called the Brook Bistro, which was freaking awesome. It's one of my favorite places, and I've just moved up way closer to it than I used to, so I feel like we should go there a lot. I have loads to do today. I think we need to talk about some stuff, like maybe the Hobbies Graveyard. I need to go to the library to do some stuff. I need to go to the post office to do some stuff. I need to do actual work stuff because I'm actually in work today. God forbid I do some actual work. I need to do Christmas stuff. I gotta do Christmas wrapping. I gotta get stuff because my kid wants to do a collage crafting thing later today. It is all kicking off and crazy, but I just said to James, no, should we go to the pub? And he was like, of course, let's do it. So we're gonna do that instead. So like all this other stuff. My God, is it important? Do we have to do it? Definitely can just do it after the pub. Am I right? Okay, for today's list, shall we discuss the Hobbies Graveyard? Moment of silence, please, for the hobbies that are now dead for this year. Every year, I like to take stock of my ever-expanding list of hobbies, which ones have survived a year or more, which ones I'm looking to maybe start up in the new year, because I'm always looking to start up a new hobby, and which ones I think it's time to declare are now dead, because I haven't done them really at all in the past year. They can be resuscitated, as sometimes happens. I will come upon some crap, paraphernalia, if you will, of that hobby and decide that I need to resuscitate the hobby. And we have a couple on the list for this year because I've just moved house, and in moving house I had to pack all my stuff in boxes, so I found a bunch of random stuff I haven't seen in a while, but it did put the nail in the coffin for a couple of other ones, because I did have to make a choice that we weren't going to move that stuff. It was just going to go in the bin. Okay, shall we start with the bad and the ugly, by having a quiet moment, a moment of silence, a funeral for the hobbies that have officially died this year. Calligraphy. I'm sad about it, and I do still, when I write things, need to write them on signs or like on envelopes or whatever. I'll, make it nice. But actively pursuing calligraphy arts, we're killing that. That's dead now. I haven't done that really in over a year. And the calligraphy set specifically that I have moved it to the new house, but it's probably going to stay exactly where I put it until we move again 10 years from now. Cold water swimming. So this was one of my ideas to start up new from last year, and I was like really excited about it. I got like, parka, special shoes, really looked into that, and did it once. And it turns out it's really hard to get to the ocean from here, even though it's like 4 miles away. Logistically, it's just not something I'm doing at the butt crack of dawn. Really, logistically, there isn't anything I'm doing at the butt crack of dawn. It could be literally going downstairs, and it's too hard. And I should have known that about myself. But I think the promise of endorphins and dopamine from that cold water plunge was really, really pushing it for me. It's a no. It's dead. Mini verses and modeling. So this only died recently, but I did decide not to bring all that crap with me to the new house because I think I can feel that it's over for me. Like, I'm gonna do little things, like for art in January. Like, I'm gonna do a bunch of projects in January for art. I've got like Lego models, and I'm gonna keep getting those like little Lego kitty cats. But we had this thing whereby you like build these models, and you like do them with resin, and you put a black light on them, and then you have like little tiny models of things everywhere, and it just cluttered up the house. They were everywhere, and it turns out I only like to build them, after I've built them. I don't want that shit in my house. Okay, next one, embroidery. So I do want to dip into a bit of cross stitch this year, but I think it's different from embroidery. I looked into the bag when I was moving of my embroidery stuff, and the last thing I embroidered was a little sweatshirt for my kid, and it was tiny. I think she was 3 or 4 years old last time I embroidered her crap, and I never finished it. It was like halfway through. So that's dead. Let's just admit it to ourselves. Okay, now next one's a tricky one. It's a tricky one because I didn't kill it on purpose. It died a bit of a death due to circumstances, and I'm sad about it. So I'm not willing to call it dead all the way just yet. I'm willing to call it in a coma because I need to figure out what to do about it. Okay, and that is yoga. So I always went to yoga with Shan. Okay, she was on YouTube for a bit with her husband, Sean and Bert. They did past story time. I don't know if you'll remember, but they are awesome people. Okay, and Shan is the yoga queen. It was the best class, the best yoga class, and I don't want to go to any other yoga class. I want to go to Shan's yoga class, but I now live in really far away. It was already kind of hard to get there because it was already like a 20-minute bike ride, but now it would be like even longer than that and really annoying and like hard to get there at the butt crack of dawn to go there for yoga. And I just have to accept that I'm not going to do that anymore. And I still want to do yoga, but that means I have to find a new class that doesn't have Shan, and I'm not ready. Not ready. Okay, I googled it and that's as far as I've gotten. Okay, there's a couple places around, but they seem very not Shan-like. There's nothing particularly wrong with them except they're not Shan, and I'm not happy about it. But I'm not willing to call it dead because I will pursue that. Maybe. Okay, shall we congratulate the hobbies that have survived a whole year or more? Okay, zines. Zines are still going strong. I just made a new one. I need to update my Etsy actually. Like I have an Etsy where I put them all on. Like not really to make money, because there's not really any money in the art of zining. But just like, you know, to get them out there. Like let's trade zines. It's basically just the price of postage. But I've made a couple new ones and haven't put them on because it's been a crazy time. I haven't been able to like print them off and fold them properly. I need to. I think one of my days in January, one of my art days in January, will be a zine art day whereby I print off just absolutely loads of my zines and just fold them to shit all day listening to audiobooks. And then I'll have an updated Etsy selection. Anyone who does zines and you want to trade zines with me, like please hit me up, okay? Like maybe just message me in the YouTubes and we can talk about how to get in touch so we can like arrange PO boxes, etc. Anyway, that's continues to bring joy. I've got a cute couple of other ideas about zines. I need to make a zine about my trip to Brasov in Romania, whereby the bus broke down and I was like texting my husband, and I'm gonna make like a zine just of the texts. Also, I need to make a zine where I say goodbye to my old neighborhood, and I need to make a zine where I say hello to my new neighborhood. Anyway, okay, watercolor painting. That has also survived, hopefully forever, because it is a great outlet. I don't seem to be getting any better at it. That's not really my personality. I never get better at things. I'm just a jack of all trades of everything and an expert of nothing. I'm fine with it. It's still cathartic. Doodling. So anytime anyone is talking about anything and I need to pay attention and not think about lunch, I need to doodle. My hand needs to be doodling. And I used to just sort of like do circles and do like blah, blah, blah. But as time has gone on, I have gotten more intense about my doodling, more serious. Take it very seriously now. I took a Skillshare class about it. Shout out to Sarah at Year 2 Shelf for giving me her 1 month free code of Skillshare because my doodling has upped its game. Running. Okay, so this one is a bit of an iffy one because I haven't been running in the past 2 months. Okay, I've been moving. It's been winter. Life is hard. Like don't at me on this one, okay? It's not a solid win, but I definitely am gonna go, like every day for the past like several weeks I've been like, I'm gonna go running today, and I just haven't. I should go running today. I'm gonna go running today. I'm gonna go running today. This is gonna be it. If I don't go running today, I need to go into this video and delete this part where running is still an active hobby. Because if I don't go running today, maybe it is dead. What do you think about that, Heather? What do you think about that? Go running today or it's dead. You've killed it. Okay. And travel. Traveling is still very much on the hobbies list. I think I went to 1 new country this year, maybe. Okay, and then 2 new countries last year. I think I'm on country 53. 53 countries visited. I think in my resolutions, I haven't decided what my resolutions are yet for this year, but I think in my resolutions there will be 1 new country. 1 new country. We went to Romania just recently, and I thought, shit, Moldova. She's close. I can feel her. She's just there. Can I make a day trip happen to her? Because she's one of the only countries left in Europe I haven't been to. But it didn't happen. But I shall make it happen. Okay, for 2026, new hobbies I would like to get into. Kickboxing and or self-defense. There are classes for this down on the same road where my kid does her cheerleading and her gymnastics. So, like, maybe I could find one that's at the same time. Do a bit of a drop off, come over, do my thing, go back, get it? I've been thinking a lot about how awesome it would be to be an actual badass. And also to like burn calories, because I'm a millennial and we're still at that space in our heads. Okay, gardening. I've got a bit of a garden now. Like, I mean, the space. There's not like, you know, an actual garden there. There's just the potential space for one. And it's got loads of like little pebble rocks on it at the minute. But my dog, she hates it. Her little feet. She can't. She's like, I'm not walking on that shit. So she's relegated to the only part of the garden or the yard that doesn't have that. So we've got to sort that out. And I'm thinking, while I'm doing that, what else can I do? Can I grow actual vegetables? I read this book, or I was just browsing this book at the grocery store by the Royal Horticulture Society or whatever, and it's like a play-by-play what you should do for your garden every month. Like, I could just like make myself a calendar, and just my whole life could be about, you know, planning out my little plant babies and looking after them and talking to them and reading amongst them and then eating them. I would also, I'm not sure if I said this last year, because I think this was in my mind a little bit last year, but not quite to the point where it is now. I would like to begin my fermentation journey, whereby I ferment my own kimchi and or sauerkraut, because that live culture sauerkraut and kimchi be expensive. My God, I'm gonna have to sell a kidney to keep myself in culture, you know, like probiotic kimchi. Like, I don't like the dead stuff, the stuff that's like in jars on a shelf, you know, or in a can. Like, I feel like it's dead, you know. It's dead food, it's dead soul, you know. I don't like it. I don't feel it, but I feel the live culture stuff. If I'm not gonna like start selling farts on the internet or something to fund my massive kimchi sauerkraut habit, I'm gonna need to start making my own. But I've been watching some YouTube tutorials about it, and it looks kind of easy. Okay, next one. How do we feel about boating? Like kayaking on the river. So my new house now, I'm right on the river. It's like right there, I can see it. Like, there's a big park, and also right across the river is like the Land F kayaking club or whatever, and I see people kayaking and like boating and stuff over by there all the time. And I like want to hang out with them. Like, people from that club were in the park by us with their upturned boats in the summer, like having a picnic, like a barbecue after boating, and I just really wanted to go and like hang out with them, and like have a bit of their food and like ask them like, what's it like to be boating? Like, do you feel so free on the water just boating? Where do you go? I want to do boating. I've also put hiking next to that, maybe in the same vein, but I think no, like, I'm gonna be serious about myself here, and I'm just gonna like cross off the hiking, because I've tried to do that before. She is not doing that. Okay, last one. Something I found while I was moving my stuff, my old instruments, my old like musical instruments, my flute and my violin from when I was a child. I think we should pick that hobby up seriously. Like I've also like I've put it in my list of things to do for like my art in January project. So every day I'm going to do some sort of like creative thing in January. So I've put it in there, but I feel like it could extend beyond that, not just be for that. I think I could do lessons again. Like my kid does lessons at school for the violin. What if I was to also do grown-up violin lessons, and then she and I could do it together? We could be like a fiddling team. We could go to pubs and just fiddle and fiddle for drinks, you know, and pub food, snacks. I feel like I need a magazine about this. Okay, that is it. Like, if you have any ideas for hobbies you think that I should do, like seriously, one of the years that I did this, Bert of the Sean and Bert duo, heard me say, if you have any suggestions, give me a suggestion, and he said zines, and it changed my life because it's one of my favorite hobbies and has been for several years now. So please, anything, what are your ideas? Let me know. Like, I would love to jump on anything weird or normal, whatever. Let me know. I've literally not gotten this flute out of its box for about 20 years. I think 2005 was the last time I ever saw daylight. No, I can't go down. Can't go down. Let's find music. Where's the music? Should I get this online? My neighbors are gonna kill me. They're probably like, what the hell? People have moved in next door. My God. Yeah! Does it have the same fingers as an Irish flute or something?
Similar. So you overblow as well to get the next octave, do you?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Or like tighten. Like
yeah.
Out or in to like do it. Yeah. Oh yeah, man. Okay, that's a wrap. I think tomorrow Spud and I are gonna go to the dog's home and walk the dogs. So do that tomorrow, shall we? Shall we? Okay, see you tomorrow.